Okay, Glowing Iris was formed by myself back in 2011, I guess. I can't really remember the date lah. It was all macam by accident lah. I was approached by a colleague to shoot his sister wedding. So actually at that point of time, I was just a hobbyist lah. So just for fun, keluar ambil gambar that kind of thing. So he was into my work. So he was like asking like, hey, can you shoot my sister? So of course I was having doubts lah, pasal I tak pernah shoot wedding. Then no, wedding is a live event, right? So if you make mistake and that's it, that goes all over. So I tak confident. So I tell him no lah in the first place. But he was like quite persistent, and then he was like giving me the assurance like, don't worry, I'll be shooting with you. So after quite some time, right, then I agreed to it lah. So eventually I shoot his wedding, his sister's wedding together with him, and alhamdulillah it turned out okay. I would say okay because if I were to look back at the photos, I wish I could have done better lah. I mean at the point now. So it was okay. The sister was happy with the photo and everything. And then after that he asked whether I want to pursue further lah. Then I was still having doubts. Then I tell him no. So after a while I was approached by a bridal company to shoot weddings. So again I tell them I have no confidence, I don't want to do all this, it's very risky kind of thing lah. So this lady told me lah, you gotta start somewhere, you know, to do all this. And then she was like very confident that I can do it. So she gave me a few jobs and I did it lah. So from there, then I start to form Glowing Iris. Okay, it may sound very cheesy or like some people like corny, like apa sih ni, but you know, photo to me, it speaks 1,000 words. You know, it is commonly said lah. So macam for us, unlike video, you get to move around to tell a story, right? Whereas for photo, you have that one shot to tell everything. So I want my work to reflect in a way like macam that photo really tell you something. For instance, like macam couple shots, I really want the expression, the emotion they feel about each other, the love, like really deep. No, actually I'm juggling between my full-time job, which is in the aviation industry, totally different from what I do. So one is like macam mechanical engineering side, and then photography is like creative side. So it's very tough because I work shift. So I have to really juggle my work, and then time management is the key. And then balance also, because one is like my career, my periuk nasi, right? So macam the one is for like CPF. I know it's a stable job, that kind of thing. So my income is always there. Whereas for photography, I don't really treat it as a job because I love doing it lah. So whenever I go out to shoot, I don't feel like dragging myself like I have to go to work. It's just like very excited actually to go out and shoot, because every couple is like different and every wedding is different. So the sacrifice is your time. You have very little time for yourself. For my wife also, I pity her. And then the editing hours is really long hours. I sometimes sleep like 2-3 hours a day, and then the next day go to work, that kind of thing. So it's a lot of sacrifice, but if you enjoy it, I think it should be fine. Yes, I actually plan ahead because my shift is very repetitive, so I know like when I will be working, and when is my off day, even until 2018 or 2019, so I can like predict which is my working day. But sometimes I set aside some my own annual leave to take my day off from work, just so that I can shoot for this client. So, and recently the demand was like unexpected, which is why I chose to bring in one more photographer, which is Dahlan Salib. So he only start shooting for me this year lah. So far alhamdulillah, response is good, but it's still not sufficient. I still can't, cater to everyone at times. So I still have to turn down quite a few actually. I'm very picky because I start this company from scratch, from nothing. Blowing iris last time was like, who is Nas, who is blowing iris? No, people don't recognize my work. So I really put a lot of effort to build it up to the point it is at this stage right now. So macam I don't want to mess up the image that I built all these years. So even I have like photographers, they DM me in Instagram, like they say they want to try out for business. I will really look in depth in their work and everything, not only based on their Instagram. I will dig into their Facebook profile and see how the photos and everything they take out. So far Dahlan, I see so far all his shots are good, and he is able to portray the glowing iris image. So that's why I took him in. A lot of hard work, definitely. Very little sleep, very little time for yourself. A lot of sacrifice to be made. Not really. I mean, ni semua rezeki masing-masing. And I prefer if my client come to me because they like my work, instead of going for the pricing. So to me it doesn't really matter. If you come to me, you like my work, and that's good lah. If you prefer if you were to compare about prices ni semua, now is really a lot, videographer. So the pricing can be like from as low as 500 all the way to like 3,000-4,000 that kind of thing. So if you were to compare price, it's very difficult. So to me, ini is up to individual and how much they appreciate the artwork. Okay, normally, nikah, right, I usually will definitely go to the bride side. Pasal lelaki siap very fast. They just, and even they only have like macam their best man, that kind of thing, to just siap for them, to just wear the something and that kind of thing. Whereas for the lady, it's more intense, that kind of thing. The makeup, then the moment they are in the room, like, oh, I'm gonna, this is my last day of being single, that kind of thing. So there's more things to capture at the bride side. But after that, like macam tengah sanding ni semua, right, normally they will siap together at one place. So that's where the time I will try to get both. So far tak ada lah, but they ask whether I have like another photographer for the groom side. Normally I will tell them one photographer is enough. You don't need two photographers unless you really want the guy side. Then I will get another photographer to. But I will tell them, I will explain to them, like after that it's just for the getting ready part, and then after that both photographers will be at one place. So to me, one person is enough to handle everything. Unlike video is very different. Whereas photo, you can just run around, snap. And then video is continuous movement. So this card and this card is totally different. So I will explain everything to them.
Yang recently kan? Okay, so pernah tak dekat overseas shoot where you have already planned your itinerary, but then it rains, and that, okay, usually for what we know, we don't really stay at that area, that country.
Yeah.
So we need time to actually do research whether the place is suitable for photo shoots. So how do you actually manage? If it were to happen to you, how would you actually manage?
Just go along with. I mean, if you were to reach at that place and then it rains, right? First thing you check is the weather forecast, like roughly what time it will stop raining. If we can spare some time, we will wait for a while. If not, just move along. I mean, other countries is definitely bigger than Singapore, right? So I believe there's more places to go to. So just move away from the rain.
Okay, so meaning regardless of like if it rains here, then you will just go to any place you need to like think about where should I
Yes,
go.
yeah. Rather than you waste time down there thinking, then just drive off and just go somewhere where it's not raining. So far no lah, alhamdulillah, and I don't wish to. Yeah, so far all my clients are very friendly people. They are very nice people lah. Okay. Can say those Angmoh country easier to shoot in because the locals don't care about you. So you can find nice like, okay, I want to shoot here. They don't bother you. They won't come and approach you and then like say, hey, you cannot shoot here or what. Like the place is open lah. Like the whole country is your photo shoot area. Then you can just go anywhere. So far, not really demanding, but they just give me like references from interest. So this interest is actually not a good thing for us because sometimes they picture things like they want something out of that Pinterest and they want exactly the same, which we really cannot replicate like if like in terms of posing this kind of things, I mean we can do lah, but if you really die want that shot, that similar color and everything, it's very difficult. Pasal this Pinterest is mostly from overseas Malay Wedding, and then the lighting here and overseas is totally different. How the sun, how harsh the sun, the UV rays, everything, it affects the lighting actually, and yeah, so very hard to replicate. Other than that, any other Zilas is like the makcik-makcik lah. That one is quite common. I think every wedding there's one outstanding makcik who will be very kecoh. So they will try to control everything. So we as photographer, I mean we are just doing our job, right? So we can just smile off. So far not yet. I wouldn't want to go at that stage lah. So far alhamdulillah. Long hours of editing. Okay, so far this one, along the years I try to see like which way I can tackle this in a more efficient way. So far, alhamdulillah, this year I managed to I found a solution on how to do it faster. So recently I did a record of like I managed to edit the whole wedding photo in 3 days. So within 3 days I already sent the final photos ready for them for the album selection. Usually I will just stick to the time explain my terms and conditions, like how the workflow is, within how many days I will pass them the photo, and then like if they have photo book, I will do the layout, then the album, all this, it will take time. So if the vendor that I work with messed up my production or anything, definitely I will highlight to them. So something if it's beyond my control, the key word is communication. So you have to keep on communicating with them, and then just don't stop replying to their message. Even stupid question, you just reply. Once you stop replying to their message, they will think you are a con man, and then you are trying to run away with their money. They ask for like macam to yeah, like you mentioned, to make them look slimmer. But I will explain to them like a wedding is like I can shoot like 1,000 photo. Yeah, so it's tak macam ridiculous, right, for me to edit every single photo and make them look slimmer. And I believe wedding is all about you and who you are and how you look like. So for me to alter your appearance, right, it's just not my thing. So for this kind of client, normally I will turn them down actually. I cannot say it's my signature pose, but I have this few poses that for every wedding I will do. Okay, I like to do this kind of pose, like the groom back is facing me, and then the bride is facing the groom itself. So I can say every wedding I will do this kind of shots, and then I will go at different angles, different focal length, and then the most favorite one is the almost kiss shot. So it's more intense, like macam it's almost kissing but it's not kissing, so and this one is a bit tough because it's really up to the client how they portray themselves. So I have to really work with them to tell them like, okay, just feel each other, that don't bother about me, that kind of thing. So eye to eye contact, look at each other, just really feel like you are really in love with one another. Really depends on individual, because some they prefer like the colors to be really outstanding. Some prefer like those old film kind of look. Some like warm colors and stuff. So for my style is more of a warm, looks like film kind of tones. No. Because the style of editing defines is the image of glowing iris. So if I were to change that editing, so it's not glowing iris anymore. So I will explain to them like during appointments, I will really make sure that they have seen my website, because my website I normally upload like 100 over 200 over photos. I just want them to be sure that they want me as a photographer. So I tell them, go home, take your time, sit down, go and see my website, see my shots, see my tones, make sure that you really like it before you engage me. Because I don't want them to come to me after that and then like, hey, why the colors is like so warm, why does it like very old school like now? And then have their family members asking. So yeah, that's another question, like whether their family members are okay. Like sometimes parents are very conservative, like apa colour ni macam weird colours, it's like, and why is the photo like this? Pasal the generation gap is like, the evolution is photography has moved really fast. So macam those parents, zaman dorang the gambar is totally different, and diorang pakai film. So film, they don't take much shot, I believe, pasal they have to keep on changing the film, and films are expensive. So for digital era is different. So we like to experiment with things and stuff. So we have to really make sure our client understand our work, and whether their family members will question them after that. Okay, that's why my package, I have one that cater to those older generation, and then one that caters to the younger generation. So and then they have an option to add on, like this package only comes with sleep-in album, right? So sleep-in album is normally those older generations lah. Then they say they like the photo book. Okay, you can just top up a bit to get a photo book. So you get both. So parents happy, couple happy, I also happy lah.
Okay, so
yes, definitely. I mean, this is part and parcel of the job. So definitely you will meet those older generation yang mak andam. Okay, once in a blue moon lah. So this kind of mak andam, they very conservative, and the one that I experience is she want to control the whole wedding. So everything is like, I mean the couple already set the itinerary, that kind of thing. So why not you just stick to a schedule and then follow the itinerary. So I mean for you to control someone's wedding, to me is wrong. For us as wedding vendors, we should just go with the flow and then stick to the schedule. And then if you're late, you shouldn't blame the photographer. Like macam, you know, you do your work slow or you come slightly later, and then we are doing our job. So if we don't get our shots, it's not fair for us, right? So you have to be fair and compromise with each other. So the main thing about wedding, all the vendors actually have to work with one another. Photographer, videographer, mak andam. These three are the key people who always follow the couple around. So photographer and videographer have to have a common understanding. Pasal he might get in your shot and you might get in his shot. So you have to communicate lah. And then mak andam, yeah, just try to stick to your schedule and then let the photographer do their work. Yes. So the one that I face totally masuk, cannot masuk at all until the bride dah siap. So I mean some of them might have their own reason. Probably, you know, some they prefer to work in peace, you know, rather than having people going around taking their shots. You know, they just want to work in peace. Maybe that's their style of work. So it's totally up to them. So but the bride has to be aware of that. So if you don't get the getting ready shots, you already know what happened, right? So sometimes we can try to mock it up a bit. Like macam after dah siap, right? If we have time, we try to like tell them, can you just pretend, or at least get the shoe wearing part, that kind of thing. Depends on the situation. Normally like macam if I see there's something is wrong, you know, if I can adjust macam ini sengit ke apa, I will just adjust lah. It's not a big deal. But lah macam kalau makeup the smudge ke apa, of course I will have to let them know, right? I cannot just anyhow. Yeah, only with those older generation mak andam. Like with outdoor photo shoot, I mean we see things differently. So when we bring the client to a location, there must be a reason why we say it is okay to shoot there. So I mean you shouldn't like intervene and then like question us, like because I had one mak andam who actually shouted at me. It's like, hey, where you bringing the couple? What kind of this? This one the photographer clever where you bring us to this kind of location, that kind of thing. It's like, come on, we know our job, so let us just do our job. If after that you see the outcome of the photo is rubbish, right? Okay, you can blame us. Yes. There was a photo shoot. So they were supposed, I mean they planned to shoot at this place where I think they first met. But it didn't happen because it was raining. So I suggested some other places. We tried to move around away from the rain. But that period, I think it was raining season. So the whole Singapore is raining. So end up bila nak start shooting is already like dah nak maghrib that kind of time. So I tell them, okay, why not we just convert it to a night shoot lah. So convert to a night shoot, I have to really think macam okay, sambil jalan, okay, what can I do? So end up I brought them to Chinatown punya car park kat atas. And then since it's Chinatown, so they have like those firecrackers, sparklers, all these, right? So I went down, I bought the things just to make it more interesting. So the whole abandoned car park shot was like totally different. It's not just a normal car park shot. So yeah, it was fun and we end up quite late. not really collaborate like macam the client sign up with me through them. I would rather just give my package to them, but if they want to engage me, the client should just go to me. All this while I've been collaborating with Once Upon Images, but in a way that we help each other out. So because I'm doing mainly on photography, and then Once Upon Images actually they do both photo and video, but the video one is in demand. So for me, I think it's best that we help each other out. Like macam okay, if I have inquiry on photo and video, I will just send out my package plus their package, and then if like the client is interested in both, so I will set appointment together. So but we sign up separately.
Okay. I will read some advice on how to choose their photographers or videographers. Do they need to look at how famous they are, or is it like the number of likes need to be a lot, or like the quality, or is it the price point?
Okay, I wouldn't say this is my advice, okay, but this is my opinion lah. But everyone diorang punya opinion berlainan, right? So it's totally up to individual. Okay, first thing first, you have to see how much you like into like photos. Macam whether the photo is your priority, or to you a photo is just a photo. Because nowadays the technology is very advanced, and cameras are now like affordable lah. Students also can afford to buy a camera now. And then so if to you like today you can just buy a camera, and then the next day you can become a photographer, or anyone can just take handphone and then just shoot a wedding, then I suggest that you don't bother looking for look around for good photographers, because to you all photos will look the same. But unless you are like really you want something unique for your wedding, and you want something special, so all you have to do is just search around. There's like I think maybe thousands of photographers around in Singapore. Just do your research, go to their Instagram, but you cannot rely totally on Instagram. Okay, Instagram is just how many photos can you post inside Instagram. Most to most now, one post is 10 photos. In a wedding you shoot about 1,000 photos. I'm sure you can get 10 good shots and post inside Instagram. Okay, because I have clients who told me that they actually engage a photographer, but after that that same photographer shot his sister's wedding. The results were totally different from what they saw on Instagram, so they were like totally shocked. So they took back their deposit, and then they approached me lah, and then they went through my website and everything. So the thing about Instagram is very minimal. Whatever you can see is just macam a few shots only. So the best is try to find their website. If they don't have their website, then meet up for appointment and try to ask like macam, I'm sure they archive those past clients that they shoot, right? So maybe you can just okay, can I see this couple punya wedding? So you just browse through the wedding photos, see the shots and everything. Because some people can just take like one angle and take like 20 photos. So even if I give you 1,000 shots, what's the point of having the same angle of 20 photos, right? So you see everything. Then make sure you are okay with the colors, the way they edit, and the personality of the photographer, whether they reply to you cepat ke tidak. Because some people they go MIA after a while. Like they reply very lambat, like macam after 1 week, 2 weeks, oh sorry I was very busy, then they only they reply. So SMS, WhatsApp now is very fast. How many seconds only you just So if you are dealing with photographers who give you all these sorts of reason, right, you better be careful lah. And then just make sure know what you want lah. Pasal every company you hire, they have their own signature kind of style of editing. So macam like you can have 5 photographers at one wedding. I'm sure all 5 will come out with different shots and different colours. So you see their price point, your budget. One thing I notice nowadays, the client, they put photography as the last priority. Like they have their mandam, then they have their decor, then last baru dia orang cari photographer. So by the time they already splurge on the decor and mandam, like maybe a $4,000 mandam or like $3,000 decor, and then they are left with a budget of like what, 500 for photography, and then they try to bargain with us. So you cannot do that. You have to be fair. I mean, you are willing to pay for bridal, you are willing to pay for decor, why not pay for your photographer also? Because I don't see the point of you having good makeup or designer clothes from KL or this, and having nice deco, and then end up you hire a student photographer, or just for the sake of the pricing, and then end up your wedding photo doesn't really define the cost that you actually spend on the mandam and the decor. So might as well, if you want to splurge, you splurge evenly. Even if like your wedding is a simple wedding, and if you hire a good photographer, I'm sure he can make the most out of it and then produce a good quality photo, and then people will look at the photo and like, wow, your wedding was like grand. Like pasal you only see in one frame, whereas those people yang attend, they see everything lah. For us, we can cheat. So I mean, I'm not trying to tell you that you should cheat on all this, but we show this part of the frame. Whatever happens there you don't know. So I mean, a good photographer, they can really tell a good story out of one frame. So yeah, that's how important your photographer should be lah. Actually, it shouldn't be the last priority. Okay, for my package is very flexible. I have a package with just the hours, and then full production of the photos and everything in a thumb drive. So that one is the I think it's the best to cater those yang with a budget constraint. Or I also have the option for you to it's like an a la carte option. So you just choose the hours that you need. Maybe you need 7 hours, so you times the service that you need, how much is it, and then after that, if you have more budget and you want album and all this, you can just add on. So I think I'm quite flexible with that.
Okay. If for example this client choose for
normally I archive my work for like 2 to 3 years. So I have a lot of hard disk storage at home. So even those gambar in 2014, I think 2015, I still have it lah. So in any case, something happened to their photos, they can just approach me and try the luck whether their photos are still there. So if they want their album also, I'm sure the photos are still in my hard disk.
So we take a break before the final two. They describe going
Passionate, creative, and crazy. Okay, we are 3/4 done with 218, so the booking is almost full. So what are you guys waiting for? And don't forget to download this app, Nikah. Glowing Iris will be inside. You can see more of our work inside.